Well, hello my beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of March right through the end of April 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, you can see that I'm in a different environment. I'm gone to visit family members that I haven't seen for years and years and years. So I will be back in my usual environment in the next week and a half or so. But this just explains why I'm not where I usually am at this moment. Now, moving on, of course, your 9th house is influencing you at this moment in time. So that's really about searching for purpose and meaning in your career. Some of you are really setting intentions and focusing on learning more about your craft, honing your natural skills, and taking responsibility for the next steps on your career path. Also, you know, this house connects to the great escape. So some of you, although you enjoy what you're doing and it pays the bills, you're thinking about a grand vacation or a getaway with your family or friends. So this is really about you searching for meaning and what's important in life in general. Also, this is a perfect time to connect to a higher learning class. Some of you may decide to learn a language or to get a qualification or skill in the career sector that you're in order to upscale your pay grade. So I definitely see that as well. Some of you also, you're looking at the bigger picture in your career, allowing yourself to dream big and bold, to connect to the universe and really make your dreams become a reality. This is a manifestation period and it is a high potential for you to reach the goals that you set for yourself there as well. Now also, this is a period where some of you may, use your spiritual gifts in order to launch a new business, or you may be tapping into your higher self to navigate a pathway in your career. But ultimately, you are in a really good position to, reach your goals and make your plans become a reality. Your 4th house takes over from that, and that's really about stability, not just in your home life, but also in your career path. So this is about you enjoying what you do, but also creating more wealth to build that sense of purpose and security in your everyday circumstances. So you're going to really be on your tasks, your responsibilities, but also this is going to be a very big philosophical time about you checking in with yourself to see if you really enjoy where you're at right now. And if there's something that perhaps you're not happy with, it's about taking charge to change your circumstances to put yourself in a really good position long term. A very analytical time of you focusing on your journey and steering yourself in the direction of your dreams and goals. Now, the first card there, we have the Devil card, but also the Tower. So some of you are really worried about your industry. You may be seeing some restructures going on in the job market right now. You're wondering if you're in a secure position. I feel some of you beautiful Cancerians out there, you may have come to this reading having walked away from a toxic environment, or you were made redundant, or you've decided to leave a position that you feel is not good for you, and you're moving into a better partnership, something that is more in alignment with your skill set and with your long-term plans and goals. Look, the World card indicates success, being in the right position at the right time, the right opportunity. So if you have come to this reading reading and you're currently looking for an opportunity, currently looking for a new role, there is one coming in for you. I definitely see that happening. For some of you, there are some big shocks and changes in the working environment, but you're someone who is super organized. You actually are, aligning yourself with what you visualize for your future. So I feel like you're really putting yourself in a great position there and making some major restructure on your own terms. So if you are currently in a working environment, you may be worried that there are changes happening, but I feel like you're being very flexible. Also, you're being very direct about what it is that you want. And I feel that you are envisaging a new role in some way or a change of approach in order to, get the best out of the position that you're in right now. We will tap into that energy now in a moment. So your first card there, of course, is Revelation. So lots of wonderful ideas. The Tower energy, it's not really a negative card. It actually means surprise or restructure in some way. You may be like decluttering in your working environment right now. I mean, some of you, it could literally be, decluttering your desk. It could be like a reorganization, especially since we have that Queen of Swords there. I feel like you're getting everything into a compartmentalized state where you can really focus on priorities at this time and you don't want to be distracted. I'm seeing someone put their headphones on as well. So it could be that you don't want to be distracted, or it could be some of you are like using music to help you create something or visualize something. If you are a writer, for example, you could be utilizing music to access different parts of your imagination and help the writing flow go a lot easier. But for the majority energy here, I see that, you are remaining flexible during some changes. For some of you, you could have come to this reading and had some shocks going on that really shook your foundation regarding your working practices or the environment that you've been in. And I feel it's really highlighted the kind of toxic environment that perhaps you've been working in, or some of you have been working yourself to the bone and your body is crying out for some rest. If you're an entrepreneur, this could apply to you, that you are someone who is working 9 to 5, and even when you're not physically working, your mind is going like a mile a minute. It's whirring around with lots of new ideas, but you always seem to be on the clock. So it's really important to make sure that you take good quality rest. Otherwise, you'll be sent this Tower moment, which means your body puts you out of action for a little while. That could be through like a seasonal cold, for example, or if you have like a very vulnerable spot, for example, if you tend to use words or give presentations in your career, suddenly you could lose your voice because your body is saying it's time to rest. Okay, so definitely watch out for that there. But as I was saying, the Tower is not a negative card. It basically means you've been in a cycle of repeat, going round and round in circles. You may feel like things have been the same old thing, just a different day. It's a repetitive cycle. And some of you are feeling a little bit stuck in your current circumstances. So you recognize a leap of faith is required in order to set yourself free. Because I get this sense of you want to be free. Okay, with the Queen of Swords here as your protagonist energy, I feel like you're utilizing your incredible intelligence in order to come up with lots of different ideas, in order to free yourself up from a cycle of repeat, but also to liberate yourself out of a position where I feel like you're moving on up. Okay, now, of course, we have the Queen of Swords and the outcome is the King of Swords. So some of you, there's a promotion available there for you that I feel, you get to manage a team. It feels very managerial. You'll be in charge of this team. Or if you're already in charge of a team, it could be that you are given new responsibilities or new team members to manage at this time. It's going to be very lucrative. I feel there is an increase in your finances there. But most importantly, there's a sense of value, responsibility, and, you being connected to your sense of purpose through your career. Because we have the Lovers card here as well, some of you may restructure the way that you work, and you may actually work with a partner or with someone that you trust. You may set up a second stream of income or, create a business partnership with someone like a spouse, because we have King and Queen of Swords here. So I feel there could be like a major change in the way that you work. Now this could be something that you and your partner have been thinking about for quite some time, but the majority energy I've got for my beautiful Cancerians is that there is a restructure in the way that you do your career that puts you in a position to elevate. Okay, I see a new role becoming available to you, and it means leaving an alternative position. Now I'm going to pull a card on the Tower because it's partnered there with the Devil card. The Devil card highlights where we are stuck and where we need transformation. Okay, so the Devil card also is not an evil card. Every person experiences a devil card moment on their path. It means we're helpless to change our circumstances. So for example, you could be under a lot of pressure right now. You're really focused on your career. You may be worried about job security. I can see with the Queen of Swords going to the King of Swords there, that there is job security there for you. Also, I feel like you're an integral member of a team, and the World card indicates that some of you, if you are moving into a different role, it's because you're putting yourself there. Remember, the Tower is working for you in this position, not against you, because it is your protagonist energy. If it was on the outcome energy, I would say there is a bit of a shock in store for you, that you need to remain flexible during this time. But actually, I see that you are restructuring things, perhaps looking at tasks that waste your time, trying to rebuild. Some of you are re-entering the job market after a period of being out of it, and you're really being precise about what it is that you want to achieve, how you're aligning yourself with your goals. I feel like you're going to be very productive this month. You're going to be really busy focusing on your intention. You're setting that intention. You're reaching the goal that was that intention. So I actually feel like you're going to be very proud of yourself this month. But let me just pull a card, because we do have that Devil card there. So this can indicate that you're leading with your passions, and you're trying not to be so reactionary in your career sector or your day-to-day. So for some of you, it could be that you are working in a toxic environment and you're just keeping yourself to yourself, really focusing on your goals, doing the tasks that you've been set, and trying to navigate your way with logic without being like overly sensitive or emotional. So for example, if you work in a very high pressured environment where people can be very testing, let's put it that way, that's diplomatically, you could be recognizing it's not personal, that everybody's under pressure, that there's a very fast-paced environment, and people tend to be a little bit toxic, and you may feel that actually it's run its course. You may feel that although it paid the right amount of money for you, you may feel you desire a new environment where you can have a healthier way of working, because the Queen of Swords is about erecting healthier boundaries in the working environment. And if you've got the Devil card there, and it's clarified by the Two of Cups, I mean, for some of you, it could indicate that you've been, involved in some sort of office romance, or perhaps, there is a couple at the working environment that are making the environment very difficult, and you're just like very independent there. I feel this is a very self-sufficient, independent card, so it can indicate that you feel a little bit isolated or singled out in your working environment. But actually you do have some alliances there, people who do really care about you and who have your back should you need some support there. But ultimately, I feel like you work really great as a team as well as independently. And some of you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or working independently. However, the Two of Cups, the Lover's card, and the King of Swords indicates a lot of you are thinking about partnerships. Now, this doesn't have to be that you're going to work with a partner or a family member. It could mean the contract that you have with, a company alliance. So if you work for a company, it could be that you are required to go over that contract. Perhaps there's something you're not happy with, something that you're worried about. You may need to return to that contract to look at it at this time. But I see with the Tower in the resistance position as well, you've got it twice. The Tower in the resistance position indicates disaster averted. So if you're worried about something at this time regarding your working environment, I feel there's nothing to worry about, that everything is as it should be. And with the World card there, I feel, you reach your goal, whatever your goal is. For some of you, your partner may have decided to retire early and you're playing catch up, as it were. So you may be deciding a date that will shock a lot of people that you've decided to retire. However, you'll be joining your mate or your spouse during retirement, and you're going to have an incredible time, but you may be worried about the processes of that. Don't worry, it's going to work out in your favor. Two of Cups is alliances, but also when you apply a Two of Cups to a career or money reading, it's really about all the effort that you make in your working environment and what you get out of it. What's the benefit? Is there reciprocity? Do you feel like you're, sustaining the amount of effort and work and you're being fairly recompensed for it? If not, I feel like you're restructuring your working practices in order to get more, because I see an increase happening here. So if you feel like you've been, taking on the majority load of the work, but not being financially recompensed for it, I definitely see that you're readdressing the balance there, because the Two of Cups connects to the law of exchange, money for your gifts, your talent, your skill set. So I feel it's not just about money, of course, it's about job security, it's about job fulfillment and the sense of value and purpose. And I feel that's what's most important to you. Of course, money is important, but I feel like you need to enjoy where you're at, because I feel a toxic environment will actually stifle a beautiful Cancerian. You're very sensitive, but also, you're highly intelligent and you have a mind like a supercomputer. Sometimes in toxic environments, you can actually absorb, because you're an empath, you can absorb other people's energy. So if there is some people at your work that are creating hostility or creating an environment that is not very nice to work at, it can stifle the way that you work, also drain you of your energy. So I feel like you're just keeping an eye on that right now and protecting your boundaries at your working environment. Also, Queen of Swords, some of you are thinking about independence in your working environment. You may feel micromanaged in some way, and you may be feeling that it's time to leave an environment that you once loved. There may be some sort of merge or restructure going on in the career environment. This could be a reshuffle of management or a change of policies or rules or regulations, and you feel that you just don't vibe with that anymore. And you may think about either launching an entrepreneurship, becoming an entrepreneur, or if you are already an entrepreneur, some of you are, expanding your business. I see that you have connections to other parts of the world. There's an energy here of you opening yourself up to either moving to a different country, migrating a business, or utilizing the internet to have, far-reaching energy to connect to new clients or to get new views if you're on like social media, for example. I definitely see that there is expansion in your career, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, whether you work for a company or not. I see you moving into a new role that gives more responsibility and utilizes your intelligence. A lot of you are working with either the spoken word, so you may be giving a presentation over the next coming weeks, or you may have an interview for something, and I feel you talk yourself into a position where you get more money, but also greater status in a role as well. Some of you are thinking about, especially if you're retiring, you may be thinking about writing a book or writing a course of learning about your experiences in the working environment that you used to be in, because you're very knowledgeable. So I definitely see that you will keep a stream of income coming in, and I feel like it's aside from your pension is what I see there. But swords, they're all about the mind, the intelligence. So some of you, especially with the Nine of Pentacles here and the Choices card, this can indicate that some of you are leaving a partnership, a business partnership, or a company that you've worked with for a long time to set up independently. Could be something creative, a new creative endeavor, or it's about utilizing your skills that you have to set up your own practice. So if, for example, you learnt in a position in a company doing something that you love doing and then decided actually you're going to set up your own practice, you still got the contacts. I feel like those contacts and clients would rather come to you for work because of your work ethic. You're someone who pays attention to detail. You're really talented and gifted at what you do, but also what you say you're going to do, you actually do it, okay? Your word is your bond. You're someone who's honest, who leads with integrity, and I feel also there's an energy here of you being very clever, with your finances personally. You have a lot of knowledge. I feel like on a personal level, you're being really savvy with your finances to make your resources go a long way. But also I feel some of you may build upon your knowledge during this time, because it feels like you're leading with your passions. But also I feel some of you have been a bit of a workaholic recently, or you've been paying extra attention. You've been really like bogged down with work, paperwork. There just seems to be so much on your plate. And some of you are trying to get everything done before you take a vacation, because we have the World card here. So some of you are taking a big holiday or vacation, and I mean, you may have to train someone. I don't really see that in your energy right now. I just feel like you're trying to get your portion of the work done. You may have to rely on other departments as well. So you may have to chase those departments or follow up on things. But I feel like you will hit your deadline and you will have an incredible vacation there as well. But because we have the 9th house influencing you, and although you're under pressure or you have a lot on your plate regarding your career right now, this can be about dreaming of the great escape, saving for a large vacation or holiday, or you're thinking about relocating. Maybe this is through retirement, or it's, you wanting to work really hard to purchase a holiday home, or you're just looking to, expand your horizons. Some of you are actually learning a language, because we have the World card and 2 swords, 2 major sword cards here, which indicate some of you may be utilizing language skills in order to, take up a new role or investigate a new way of working that opens you up to different clients across the world. So I definitely see, some of you may be translating something that you do into different languages online, so it's more accessible to other people. So I definitely have a lot of energy floating about. These could just be ideas at this time, because the Queen of Swords is very much, setting an intention, and the King of Swords indicates something that you've been thinking about, you follow through with, and you establish yourself at that role because you are a pro or whatever it is that you do. Now, of course, we have the Lovers card. It's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. It will turn into the upright at the end of April, but I get a sense here that some of you are feeling that either someone is abusing their power in a position, or you feel that, you kind of love what you do, but you feel the environment has made things hostile or difficult, and you may feel like leaving that. It may mean you're leaving a team and moving into a different department, or perhaps there's some extra work that's been on your plate right now, which has been difficult. If there's been redundancies, for example, or because I feel like there's someone here who you kind of enjoyed working with will leave, or they've left already, and it just feels like you miss their presence. Okay, and some of you may decide to give in your notice at a working environment, and they may give you an incentive to stay. Ultimately with the World card, I feel like you're manifesting a new opportunity. Wherever you're at, you feel it's run its course, and you're going to be stepping into a new role that has more status anyway, and gives you an opportunity to be more in charge of whatever it is that you do. Now, of course, some of you behind the scenes, not all of you, but some of you may be missing your partner if they've gone away for work, or if you have to travel for work, because I feel a secondment or like traveling or at a distance, but you and this person, you'll be reunited soon, sooner than you think. So I feel like the contract may change in some way, but it's still beneficial. I don't see anyone losing out financially there. But if you're not in a partnership, this is an indication that some of you, you may have lost the taste for something that you used to really love. You feel like it's run its course, and you're deciding to depart from that position. So there's a lot of independent cards here, because that 9 of Pentacles there, it's in the resistance position, so it can indicate someone's been trying to micromanage you or been trying to single you out in a way at work that doesn't feel very healthy, and you're establishing healthier boundaries. But the 9 of Pentacles is a card of hard work and independence. So if you're trying to establish yourself as an entrepreneur, I definitely see you reaching your goal. Something like an idea that you've been thinking of, a new endeavor, it will be established by the end of April. It'll be up and running, and it'll be very lucrative. I feel, there is the foundation of a good amount of money coming in that's attached to this. But the 9 of Pentacles, for some of you, you may be looking at your personal finances and feel that you've spent a little bit more than you should have done or that you intended to do last month, but you will have the money coming back in. But I feel with the Three of Pentacles, you know, it indicates that Six Pentacles have been spent by the end of the month. So I feel like you get to save a little this month at the end of April, but not as much as perhaps you were hoping for, is what I see there. Again, for some of you, there could have been a shock bill that came in or will come in at the end of March. I hate to give this message, but I feel that, you know, you've got this and the money will be replenished, but it may be just a little bit disappointing because there may be something that you were hoping to save for and it just means it's a little bit more delayed. I mean, this could be, for example, if you wanted to move out into a new neighborhood or, you know, create a deposit for property. I feel it just delays by a couple of weeks. If you're like an independent practitioner or a freelancer right now, also I see that there is a client who may delay their payment. This may shock you and kind of put you out of alignment a little bit with the goals and the bills that you have, but this person will pay up. Okay, if this money has been delayed for quite some time, you'll get it by the end of April. I feel like you won't really have to go to a legal body to get it. I feel like it will be paid. So watch out for that as well. That will come through for you. Nines, they tend to be independent energy. So I feel like you are creating stability, but you may feel like you're not quite there yet. But I definitely see that some of you are partnering up into a new role or into a promotion where there is more job security, because at the end of April, you feel secure in your finances and secure in your role, and there's nothing really to worry about. So I definitely see that happening there. Even if you've been made redundant or you have lost your job or walked away from something that was toxic, I see a new opportunity coming in that has greater status, more responsibility, and, you know, I feel like you're more in command, and it puts you in a really good position to level up in your career. Now, the Tower, of course, is in the resistance position. So again, it's like you got it in the reverse, which means disaster averted, or can also indicate something that you were avoiding for some time. No matter how much you try to avoid it, it's going to happen. You know, thoughts become things. You've got the King of Swords here, and you're in your 9th house, which is, you know, searching for life's meaning and purpose, but also connecting highly to the law of attraction. Whenever we worry about something, sometimes we attach ourselves to that vibration and we inadvertently make it happen. You know, so I feel trying to remain as positive as possible. I know economically things are shifting and things are difficult. You know, the prices of everything is going up. The wages are not increasing. So I feel some of you, you know, you're making alternative choices or decisions right now regarding your career and your finances to make your resources go a long way. And I feel like you are very intelligent, very savvy, and I feel new opportunities are on the horizon to help you in that position if you've been struggling. But with the Tower in this position, it can indicate with the 9 of Pentacles, some of you have been avoiding like doing something that you love independently because you felt either it was not the right time or economically it just feels off. Intuitively, you'll be guided to launch this, whatever it is. I feel it's more towards the end of April. So if you're thinking about, you know, launching a new business or a new idea or branching out if you're an entrepreneur, or if a new role becomes available, because I feel there's a new role becoming available in your career environment, especially if you're in a company and it's sudden, really sudden, almost to the point where you're having a conversation with someone in the working environment. This could be like an appraisal, because I feel like there's a big meeting or an appraisal, and suddenly you're up for a new role. Suddenly you're stepping into a managerial role or a role that's higher than where you currently are at. And it's happening, and it's almost like by the seat of your pants. It really happens quite quickly, but I still feel like you're in control. You're going to be very goal-oriented, very organized this month, and I feel like you're just on top of deadlines, and you're in a really good position to level up in some way. But let me just pull a card on that Tower energy for you. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. If you know my readings, you'll know that a Wheel of Fortune and a Tower, they tend to show up together. You know, Restructures and surprises, they don't always have to be negative. I feel like you're doing something bold and daring to come out of your comfort zone, and it works in your favor. This is a destined change that is happening in your career, but it's fortunate. And I feel like fortune favors the brave in this situation for you, because you've got the manifestation card, which means what you're thinking of right now. Don't over obsess it, don't overthink it. I feel like you're on track to create job security and more wealth in your career. I do see there's a lot of paperwork that you're gonna have to deal with. I do see you're gonna be a little bit more busier than usual, but I feel like you're on track to reaching your goal and deadlines. Now also we have the Magician card here. The Magician card indicates what you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand. So with the Devil card, if you're worrying about anything or you're fearful of, like, for example, if I'm reading this economically, some of you are fearful about an economic crash. One thing we have to make sure of is that you're prepared, okay? And by being prepared, I mean just checking the amount that you have in certain accounts, making sure that it doesn't go over a certain amount, making sure that the establishment you have your finances in are secured and are not linked by license with pensions. Because remember, if you have like a financial institution that you have your money housed in and they are linked by license with your pension provider, that means the whole pot of money that you have is accumulated together. And if there's a financial crash, it means it all goes up to that certain amount, right? And people's pension pots, they can be quite hefty, some of them, if you're lucky, of course. Not all of us have that, of course, but some of us do. So it depends on which category you actually fit into. So being prepared is important. Being worried about it, that is channeling energy that could be best spent elsewhere, because unless you're in charge of, the economy, then we have no power in that situation. So it's really important to just keep an eye on things. And I feel with this card, you are keeping an eye on things economically. Because we have the World card there, I mean, this is aside from job security and finances. Some of you are worried about the way that the world is headed right now. I mean, I'm included there. We're all worried about the trajectory that the world is on. It feels like a very crazy place that has ramped up that level of crazy that, we felt was not possible, but now it has kind of arrived. So you may be a little bit nervous about things that are to come, but I feel that you're in a really good position to weather these changes. And some of these changes are coming whether we want them or not. But I feel like you're looking after your family, you're keeping, your nearest and dearest in a secure position. And with that Tower in your resistance position, I feel like, the worst doesn't affect you. I feel like, you're moving through these changes and you're manifesting new opportunities. And with respect, I'm going to move away from the energy because I feel more that you're in a cycle of manifesting what you desire, but also working really hard to accomplish it, because the Magician card indicates you've got this. There's nothing to worry about. You have the skills, you have the intelligence, you're making life happen on your terms, and you're in command, you're in control. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that. But I feel like, things are going to manifest in a really positive way for you. And there is success here. The World card is a card of success, fulfillment, more prosperity. It means you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunities. Also, the World card indicates some of you are thinking about where you belong in the world. Can you migrate your business? Do you want to be nomadic with your business? Because this independent energy, some of you are creatively starting up new businesses or thinking about working overseas. Maybe your partner is seconded, or you are working with your partner, or your partner is going to be overseas working. I feel like there's an energy of trying to make everything work. And although there's pressure there, I feel like, you've got this and it works in your favor. Everything's going to be secure for you. Also, the World card indicates some of you are wondering whether you should stay where you are right now. Just communicate your needs more efficiently with healthier boundaries. So I feel like you have a big decision to make at the end of the month. But whatever it is you're manifesting or working towards, I feel like you reach your goal. Some of you are tying up loose ends on projects, starting new projects. I feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself for all that you get done this month. But also I feel like some sort of cycle is ending. I feel the majority energy that I've got for my beautiful Cancerians, the cycle that's ending is a role is coming to an end so that you can step into a new role. Because I feel these are aspects of self with that King of Swords there. So I feel like you're a pro. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you are learning new skills, upskilling, or utilizing skills from, experiences that you've had in the past, which puts you in a different pay grade, or puts you in a different position to command more opportunities. Also, I feel like, you're going to be really good with money this month, even though there may be a bit of a surprise bill. I feel like you replenish your energy. If you're doing a second stream of income, with a startup, or, you're an entrepreneur and you're branching out in your business, it's going to be very lucrative for you. We do have the Three of Pentacles there. Three of Pentacles indicates that you are, very gifted at what you do, very talented, but it can also be the planning stages of something you are trying to accomplish right now. Be confident in what you're doing, because I feel things are going to work out even better than you expected. That's literally what this card means when you get it in a financial reading. It means that, whatever it is you're doing so far, you're doing a really good job, and the returns are actually going to be better than you envisaged in the first place. So I definitely see that there are some awesome things to come for you, but I feel like you're laying foundations right now for your career and for your finances, and I feel you are secure. Okay, of course there's always like room for maneuver. I mean, if you think about a financial structure as being like 4 points to keep stability, the Three of Pentacles indicates you've got 3, so that means that you're working really hard to create the 4th point on a financial secure position. So I feel like you're nearly there. You're going to reach a goal, something you've been manifesting. There was reward there. You're going to feel really proud of yourself. You did this all by yourself, is what I see, okay? I mean, in terms of savings, I feel like you get to save a little this month. I do see that you're working hard to increase your finances. Now also, there is the high potential of a business partnership, because of course we've got the Lovers card there, but also we have a King and a Queen of Swords. For some of you, you may meet your partner at the working environment, or you're going to set up something with your partner, or you just feel like having your partner by your side is the support you need to get through a very difficult time in your career. But we do have partnership here as well. So this again highlights that there could be like a new deal on the table. A partnership doesn't always mean a romantic partnership. It could be that you're going to move into a different company and there's going to be a new contract there. Always, look at the fine print, but I feel it's exactly the dream opportunity you've been waiting for. Could also be a new client that comes in, which is a dream deal that you're going to do with somebody. But I definitely see that, it says here, a significant relationship is about to be forged that will assist you in expanding your growth. Collaboration, support, and union. So it's about following your heart and the universe putting you in the right position and the right time to meet alliances and opportunities that will benefit you long term. Also, please notice that these are 2 astronauts. So this means coming out of a comfort zone, investigating alternative career landscapes, cultivating the landscape that you have already, but going outside your usual circumstances in order to do something different, do something bold and daring, and exploring new ways of working. It doesn't always have to mean that you're actually going to, leave a position. It can indicate that there are some restructures going on in your industry, and you get in the lift with like the main boss, and you have a conversation in that lift, and that boss says, you know what, that Cancerian, pretty awesome. Really get on with that Cancerian there. Make sure that any of these restructures don't affect Cancerians, because they're really awesome with what they do, but also they're a really good person, and they have wonderful ideas. I also see that there's someone in a position of power in your industry, whether you're an entrepreneur or you work for a company, that is going to run an idea past you because they genuinely want to know what you think, because you tend to think outside the box. I feel that this is a time to not be pigeonholed or put in like a certain narrative in your career that that's only what you can do. I feel like you're expanding. I feel like you're someone who can do it all. Just make sure that you maintain healthy boundaries and that you are not burning yourself out. Now we also have next level. Okay, so I definitely felt that in your reading. You're taking your career to the next level there. But it says here, if you leave your comfort zone, what I was saying about the astronauts there, you will see accelerated growth and change, expansion, explore, and growth, of course. So a portal of opportunity is opening up for you in your career that is going to be very beneficial for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Now, I think I mentioned, because that Nine of Pentacles is all about independence, financial reward, building a life of luxury, not just for you, but also for your family unit as well. I definitely see that you're increasing your finances, okay? But I feel like you're diligently working towards things to take things to the next level. We have the card of affluence coming out there for you. So a little bit of an increase financially, but I feel like there's more to come. It says influx of abundance, quick cash, deep pockets, assets, patron, and money flow. So this is about you keeping a tight rein on your finances and utilizing your intelligence and ideas to create more streams of income or opportunities to step into roles that will bring you more wealth. We've also got rituals. So I'm being given an energy that if you don't have a money ritual, now is the time to implement it. Whether it's a vision board, it's always really great to get a visualization board. I like to call it an intention board because it means I'm not just visualizing, I'm not just hoping for the best, I'm intending to make this happen. So I feel like it's an intention board. You may take some pictures from the internet, like big wads of cash, or a dream house or a dream car or a dream role, whatever it is that you're hoping for, put it on that intention board and see it every day and watch the universe conspire behind the scenes to put you in a position to make this become a reality, because I feel there's some alternative opportunities coming your way that you're going to be really excited about. But it says bringing in prosperity, movement, objects of power, affirmations, and making it rain. Now I'm seeing a really unique coin. I want to say it's like something from a museum. Okay, one of those coins that are flattened. It's almost like you put a coin in a machine and then you flatten. You sort of wind the roller and it flattens the coin and it makes a unique coin from a certain period. Could be the Egyptian period or the Roman period, or I just see one of those very unique coins. It's going to be very lucky for you. So you may, if you purchased one years ago, you may find it suddenly, or if you've got it pride of place, you may notice it a little bit more. When you see this, I feel like it's an indication of some sort of offering extra money. I mean, it could be a rebate. Doesn't have to be an incentive in your working environment. It could be a rebate or a check coming in, but I see there's an increase of finances. I mean, you could be walking down the sidewalk tomorrow and actually see one of those coins on the floor or in a store. So keep your eyes peeled on that. But I feel, having a ritual will help you increase your finances, especially since you're in your 9th house. We've also got perspective. Okay, now ravens, they tend to deliver news. They are news bearers. So there is some really good financial news coming in, but it says different view of things, being objective, long run, creative work, and shiny objects. Now, of course, you are in a very logical state of mind right now. I think I mentioned at the beginning, Queen of Swords is to use your intelligence, try not to have any sudden reactions to things, whether they're emotional reactions. I'm a Scorpio, so I tend to be very sensitive and I kind of act straight away. What you see is what you get with me. But sometimes, as I mature, I start to realize, actually, I don't have to react when someone's trying to push my buttons. I can sit back and allow the person to show me who they truly are. And I can make my decision in a much more logical way. It's always a truthful, honest decision. But, sometimes we need to remove ourselves from people and not allow them to push our buttons. So I feel if you're in a toxic environment, you may be sitting back a little bit more and just watching a person show their true colors, but you may be documenting this experience in order to bring it to HR or something like that. So that's coming through there as well. But also, this is about seeing the bigger picture. The ninth house is also about, looking at your plans and planning the next stages of where you want to be. And it will help you move into a higher state of wealth that will help you afford, of course, shiny objects. But I feel more important to you, my beautiful Cancerians, is the level of security that wealth brings. I feel, you're not someone who is greedy. You're not someone who is, materialistic. But I do see that that level of wealth will bring security for you and your family, but also take, the pressure off. And I feel that's what you're working towards at this time. And you will make those dreams become a reality. Okay. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay. They only want one. And very interesting one. This is the wood rune. So this is all about your energy. Okay. Now this indicates positivity, positive mind, but also a rapport with people you work with. Also utilizing your knowledge in order to increase your position and your wealth at the same time. Some of you are really like giving up old practices to embrace new. So this could be like new software or hardware programs, but it could also be leaving a position where you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling and you're moving into a new role that offers you room for maneuver so you can elevate and move up to the next level. So I feel the next 6 weeks are going to be important for decisions for you and taking action on something you've been thinking about for quite some time. There is some great news coming along with that as well. And I will leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.